Hi folks, let's continue with home pricing and finalize our discussion with you, the seller. The American dream has always been home ownership. We all love our houses, and to us they're special. Nelson and I see this and the attachment our people have to their homes. We also hear over and over, you're not going to give that home away. Let's start by acknowledging that buyers don't care about you. They don't care how much you paid for the house. They don't care how much love you put into the house. They care about themselves, the consumers. Their realtors are also interested in the bottom line for their clients, so they're going to advise them on how to get the best deal possible on the house they choose to make an offer on. In California, it's easy. Most of our homes are identified by model names, even very pricey ones. This makes it very easy for buyers, prospective buyers, to evaluate the home in line with the next door neighbors across the street, further on down the subdivision. Now, you may think something such as having a wonderful faux painting finish really adds a great deal of value to your home. Here's a reality check. It doesn't. When push comes to shove, your buyer is not going to pay a premium for such things as paints or accoutrements that you've added to your house. Yes, that's accurate. We've seen it over and over, because they will put your house in line with another neighbor's, and if they like some feature you have, they always calculate how they could add the same thing and still save money by buying the neighbor's house. Those of you with an older home that may have added and redid a kitchen or redid a bathroom, think of it as upgrades. Your buyers don't. They believe that you're simply bringing that home up to current standards of today. I urge all of you to look at the price point you think your home is in and go and visit the model homes to see what the buyers are seeing and what their expectations are. Now, let's also agree and acknowledge that all realtors have access to the same MLS data: the actives, the pendings, the solds, and the contingents. When interviewing realtors, I'm sure you've noticed they all bring you those, we call them CMAs, comparative market analysis, and they'll recommend a price or a price range. We all know your house is special, right? So most of us want to believe that one realtor that we talked about in our first series, who comes in and tells you you can get tens and thousands of dollars more for your home if you list with that person. It's simply not possible. The buyer has access to the same statistics that you do. His realtor does, and the job of the realtor is to make sure that his client gets the best possible deal. So overpriced homes will be pointed out that that house is overpriced. Now, additionally, should remotely you find a buyer who's willing to pay more for a home than the actual value of the house, a question becomes, can that buyer finance it? If you have a buyer who needs financing, overpriced homes very often do not result in an appraisal that lets the buyer get financing for their home. Okay? Now, we all know you're not going to give it away, but let's look at some of the dangers of overpricing a home. When a house is overpriced, it sits on the market for a long time. The days on market starts to climb. People looking at that home, albeit realtor or buyer, starts to think that maybe there's something wrong with the home or the neighborhood. They also start to critically look at the price, and the higher the days on market, you open yourself up to getting a lot of stupid offers from people who start to think you're desperate. We mentioned earlier in the first video, your home, if it's overpriced, may end up selling other homes in the neighborhood because they look pretty good price-wise compared to yours. Now, starting above value and trying to reduce the price later, kind of just testing the waters, thinking you're going to try it, is also known not to be a good idea. It puts you chasing the curve, and then as buyers look at it, they start to see that, oh boy, you had it overpriced and no one wanted it, etc., etc. So it gives a bad opinion again. You may lose a buyer also with this particular strategy, because many times they tell their agents to look up to a certain price point. So if you're a couple tens of thousands of dollars over this prospective buyer's budget, you may never have the opportunity to have that buyer come in and take a look at your home. I've seen that happen over and over and over, so watch that one very carefully. Now, remember, the job of your realtor is to bring you offers. Once offers are brought to you, you can start to negotiate those offers, and there's nothing wrong with saying the offer just is unacceptable, I won't entertain it. But you need offers in order to negotiate. If your house is so far over reality, people won't even put an offer in on it, and you'll never get an opportunity to do any negotiating. Now, let's get back to you in this whole picture. Through the videos, we saw you're the ones who select your realtor. Make sure you pick realtors on good, solid information. Look at our video and start to think about why you hire them. You accept a marketing plan or thereof a marketing plan. The marketing plan is critical to the sale of your home. You should monitor all aspects of your listing. There should be no surprises to you. Your job is to keep your house clean, clutter-free, put away all the little bric-a-bracs that you love because people don't like to see them, and keep it odor-free at all times. You should not be present when your house is sold. I know some of you think you're a salesperson and you're going to make someone just fall in love as you point out the closet structure that you added to your closet to make it different than the neighbors down the street. But trust me, buyers hate to have the homeowner present. They feel constricted. They can't wait to get out of that house. If for some reason you encounter that prospective buyer, don't initiate the conversation. If they want to have answers to questions, they will ask those questions. And again, remember, you can say no to any offer that your realtor brings you. You don't have to give that house away, but if you're interested in selling it, you need to be cognizant of what the market accepts as well as what buyers expect. If you think that Nelson and I can sell your home, or you'd like to talk to us further, please feel free to call us. We can be reached at 760-285-5097. Again, 285-5097. Take care. I hope you found this informative.